it was about coming in and having the company reflect a lot of people. When we walk into the associations that we're a member of, like Air Traffic Control Association, it's, oh my gosh, there's Cindy, you know, in CSSI it's Cindy. No, it's really, what we've grown over the years is, it's, you know, my VP of Ops, it's my, you know, even my, the CTO and some of my finance folks and HR, and so it's not just Cindy Castillo, and that's really, I'm proud of that, that it's been a team of great people that now are representing CSSI in the industry, and it makes it easier on me because it's that whole attention thing. As long as I can put the attention on other people,
absolutely,
but lead that. You know, certainly I know my role with that.
I mean, you know that the buck stops at your desk.
Right.
I mean, is where the buck stops.
Right.
You know, whether you were responsible or not, it still has to have a place to stop. You know. So, what does your ownership look like now of the company?
Ownership today is still, it's, well, 100% myself. So I went through, I completely forgot about that. So my brother and sister were owners, and again, dealing with the death of my father, his estate, and then the company, we kind of separated. So my sister was the administratrix of the estate since there was no will. I dealt with the company coming out here. Out of sight, out of mind, I was dealing with both. And so it put a lot of strain on my family. I think just the out of sight, out of mind on what's she doing and I deserve.
And nobody understands.
No, they don't understand. Yeah. And so it became a business relationship with my brother and sister, which was very difficult for me because I had to become a person I didn't want to be to do business. And so I bought out my sister to help her and to help me. And then a year later, I bought my brother out. So I would say that the day I bought my brother out and became 100% owner was the day I went, oh my God, what did I just do? Yeah. Because it was the weight of the world, like it's just me now. I can't blame anybody. And but what it looks like today is 100% ownership. But what I enjoy is having people feel like owners of that company, how they you know, participate and grow their work and give back on a lot of different bonus programs and incentives and you know, I think the employees today, they would do anything for me. I know them, I know their families, and when you say 300 people, it's scary because my age is only going up and my employees are only going up, so I'm forgetting, but I love that people feel a part of, and that to me is that ownership part of. So.
I think that's so important. I think it's so important. So have you made conditions so if something happens to you, your company?
So that's a good question because I'm not so perfect. I believe I had plans in place that took care of that because that was the first thing I did. At 28 years old, putting a will together.
Yeah,
I was like, what? That doesn't even make sense. But it was necessary. I didn't want what happened to my father happen to my family again if something happened to me. And so I did have plans in place with key people, and transitions happen. And so I feel like today I'm in the same place I was a year ago, which are being worked today, because it's very crucial to have I talk about succession planning in my business, and so I would say that is the area that is ongoing. I'm working all of that right now.
And I think that changes all the time, too.
It does.
I don't think it always stays the same.
No, but the responsible thing is making sure that the company's
for continuity,
sustainability can occur in the absence, whether disabled or death. So.
It is. It's a challenge, you know, and it's the same thing. Like
it's the last thing you want to think about.
It is the last thing you want to think about.
I'm going to be here forever.
Yeah, it's really, really challenging. Well, I know our audience has a lot of questions they want to ask you. So when you ask the questions, I'm going to repeat it so we can capture it on the camera, and then Cindy can answer for you. So who has a question?
An easy one.
Yeah. You did a great job, by the way. You did really good. It wasn't so bad.
I'm very animated. My mother says you're so animated.
Yeah. Oh, it's that, you know, the hot blood. Yeah. I'm Italian. You can always I couldn't talk. Somebody's got to have a question. Yes, ma'am. So the questions about asking what it looks like when you set up the brainstorming program in your company. Are you hiring just 2 people to put that together? Are you just buying lunch? What does that look like, and how do you make that happen? That's a great question.
It's budget. So we put budgets together for IR&D, and those budgets look like investing in the papers being developed, people pulling them off project because you're actually losing the direct work that they're doing and putting them on a project to create a product that we're going to showcase. So a lot of that looks like investments. It's a line item that I believe in that only goes up in budget every year, and it's just what the Chief Technology Officer promotes, and this is what we're going to be doing this year, because as we grow, that budget will become bigger. So
in your brainstorming, do you also look for opportunity? I mean, do you always say, hey, not only is there here, but we think that this, looking at technology emergence of this sector, when we see this opportunity?
We do. We do. I think we need to get better on how you incorporate those opportunities into the brainstorming that goes on at all different levels, but certainly the business development on what we're creating, on the possibilities, whether it's something that we're doing for the FAA with oceanic airspace, how do we support the products that we're supporting with the airlines? So it's just kind of getting the what we're doing, how we've done a great job with that, and then the opportunities of where other operations or business developers are looking. And
Which
then
is interesting when you just mentioned something. I know that the FAA, is the regulatory body over aviation space, but inside the aviation space is private corporations. How does that all come together? I mean, do private companies ever come to you and say, hey, we need to be prepared to meet this new ruling, or we want to look at this, we see this as an emerging opportunity?
We do, and I think it's a lot of that looks like teaming, so I think in just our ability to answer or provide a solution to the FAA, obviously can't just be all CSSI in what we provide, but it looks like the partnerships that either complement your skill sets or the extension on an innovation that is far-reaching for the FAA on experience that this company has done for other agencies, and marrying all that together because you want to provide doing the job, you want to provide the extension, and here are other things that we can offer you, and here's all this great innovation, technology, and done elsewhere that can validate some of that. So it looks like the partnership, and it's interesting being just a major revenue today is government contracting, very little international commercial. Working with companies who aren't familiar working with the government, it's very interesting to put the two of us together on rate structures and the FAR requirements that you have to abide by and follow, and audits and all the other things that go on. So it's a learning process. We're finding companies, right companies, because we always like to bring new talent that the FAA or Navy hasn't heard of as an offering or a solution.